Oh, what's going on there, YouTube landers? George, Hooked on the Fly 2 is here today. Today we're going to be reviewing Wetland Hunter 425X by Sport Dog. And, yeah, there's nothing in the box because I took it out and I've been using it. But let's review it. Let's check it out. Let's get into it. Let's go. Alright, folks, so before we start with the review, let's crack a cold one. Yeah, cheers to everybody. Alright, so Wetlander 425X by Sports Dog. Let me read it off the site for you, just so you have the actual facts right off the website. Designed for waterfowl environment with Realtree Max 5 camo finish, 500-yard range, 21 levels of static stimulation with medium-high stim ranges. Tone vibration options. Supports training up to 3 dogs with additional collars. Waterproof and submersible up to 25 feet. Big key for waterfowl people that hunt, you know. Or if you're a fisherman like myself, big key. And it's rechargeable batteries, excuse me, with 2-hour quick charge. So really cool. The charger I didn't bring with me, but I left it upstairs. It's just one cord with 2 plugs, and you can plug each into the unit of your remote, your receiver, and they both get charged at the same time, so you don't have to worry about one being charged, one not being charged. So that's that. Alright, let me show you what comes in the box before we actually get into my thoughts about this e-collar and the remote. So what you get in the box is you get additional pins, these pins that actually get on the dog's neck. You get additional of those, and you get additional these guys, the water resistant charging tabs. Okay, you get 2 of those, so that's in the bag. And then in the bag also comes this little device, and when you put that device onto these, I don't know where I put it, I must have lost it, but when you put it on these 2 prongs, it will let you know whether it's on or off. So without you putting this on a dog or you're holding it in the hand and it being on a high setting, you could just put that device on there. It'll tell you whether it's on or off, until you get used to turning the device on or off. Alright, then also you get your regular manual, where in this manual you could actually change settings for your controller, with this being 21 control setting. With the dial, it changes your settings, so it's very important to keep this around. Don't throw it away. And then this manual, this is a training manual. So if you just got your pup, your first dog, not sure how to train the dog or whatever, there's a lot of helpful tips and tricks in here. If you had a dog in the past and you're trying to improve what you did before to what you're doing now, I highly recommend that you check this out. I've had a dog before. I skimmed through this, and there was a lot of helpful tips in this manual. Not only do they just have this manual, but you could also go online and check out their YouTube videos. They have a lot of training videos on there as well. So just go to Sport Dog on YouTube, and you'll see a lot of training videos. Excuse me. You get a little warning thing that you don't really need to keep. Another warning thing. And then they include a nice sticker. So if you're a sticker guy, sticker gal, and you want to decorate your truck, your car, your SUV, whatever you may be driving, sports car, with a nice hunting sticker, you can put this on there. That's pretty cool. So let's get into the remote and the collar. But before we do that, let's have another sip of beer. I was hoping Dixie was going to join us for this video, but she didn't. So, remote. Let's cover the remote real quick. on the controller, whatever you may want to call it. When I first took it out of the box, I'm like, man, this is really small. But if you really think about it, this thing fits in your hand perfect. So if you're training and you just want to be on the go or whatever, this thing is very comfortable in your hand. It's very ergonomic. The feel to it, it doesn't feel super cheap. It does feel a little cheap, but not super cheap. On the back side, you have to get like a reset. So if you want to reset your settings, there's a little reset button on the back side. There's about 8 screws holding this thing together. You have your high range, medium range, low range, and then you have your adjustment. Your VT adjustment is your tone adjustment. I set my remote to vibrate. I like to stimulate the dog with vibrations and correct her with vibrations versus shock or static stimulation. But with the vibrate option, you can only set up one button for vibrate. So I set up the top button for vibrate, and then I have medium, low, static. So worst comes to worst, if I need to stimulate her, like today we were doing some training for an example, and she wouldn't stop jumping on my kids because she wanted to play more, I had to give her a good stimulation, static stimulation, not good, but I had to give her a static stimulation so she could focus back onto training. So that's that. All right. As far as charging, this is your charging port. It's right on the side. This closes back up, and that's that. It comes with a nice little lanyard. You can wear it around your neck. I like the lanyard. I wish they would have included the same color lanyard as the rest of it, because now I'm a little off. But you could also get, always get your own custom lanyard. If you're a duck hunter, fowl hunter, you could, when you're wearing your lanyard with your calls on it, you could just attach this to it, and you don't have to wear this one. So it's whatever you prefer. I don't mind this color, but I would prefer if it was in this color to make everything match. But that's just me. Alright, e-collar. So the e-collar, this, from what I kind of researched online, this whole entire thing is an antenna. So when I first got it, I'm like, man, this thing is huge. And I was going to cut it back. Don't cut your e-collar back unless you contact Sport Dog and they tell you, hey, it's okay to cut it back, just leave it long. And what I do is, when I bring it through, I just take my leash, the rest of the collar, and I take it through the first buckle, that's like your extra, and then I'll take it through this one as well to secure it, and it stays on there really good. If Dixie gets crazy wild running through the woods, then this does come off. Sometimes she goes on her own venture, especially when I'm like fishing. She goes on her own venture, so that's pretty good. Now, I've used this maybe 3 times. This past weekend was a big ultimate challenge using it because we went on a fishing trip with her, and I went on a fishing trip with her, and that was her big test, whether she's going to swim, whether she's going to react to this while she's completely off the leash with me in the middle of nowhere. And she reacted really good to it. On the back side here, on the back of the e-collar, is your button to turn it on. So if you press and hold, it'll beep, light will turn, and it'll start flashing, letting you know that it's on. When you shut it off, you press and hold. Gives you a long tone telling you you're shutting it off. Really cool feature. If you get to know your tones, you take this dog off your dog, on your dog. Really nice. The only thing, the charger is good, right? So the charging port is good. But, however, the cord that came with this, it's a single cord with 2 chargers. I left it upstairs. And you could charge both devices at the same time, so that way you don't have to worry about one device being charged and then your controller not being charged, and then you're out hunting or training the dog and you're like, oh crap, now what am I gonna do? So that is a nice thing. The bad part of it is when you slip it in, it tends to fall. One of them tends to fall out. The cord is only about this long, where it goes into one charger and the other charger. I wish they would have made it longer, and I wish it was more of like a clip-in. So Sport Dog, if you guys see this, try to make the charger more like a clip-in. It seems to fall out a lot, and I catch myself going to check if it's actually charging. When you do charge it, this green light will be flashing, and this green light will be flashing as well. So that's the only two things I have an issue with is the charging and the lanyard. The charging is it's a little bit of a hassle. The lanyard's just a nuisance in my opinion, but that's just me. Now let's get to the performance. So the performance, the dog doesn't run away more than 500 yards. However, if I'm gonna be hunting her and she's chasing geese down or ducks, 500 yards is, you're really not shooting geese that far. You're really not shooting ducks that far. However, if you shoot that fowl once and then it decides to fly a little bit and then land, you might be looking at like 100 yards, but no way it's going over 500 yards. My big thing with the 500 yards was if I'm fishing with her and I hook up a fish, I look next to me and she's gone, I want to make sure that I have something where I could give her a tone or a vibration to let her know that I need her back. She needs to come back right away. She is a hunting dog, so she tends to wander sometimes, but usually she stays close. She usually doesn't go far. She kind of goes into a little panic mode if she gets a little too far. So this thing is absolutely amazing. I highly recommend this to anybody that just got a new puppy and is looking to do additional training with a pup, or if you got a hunting dog or you're getting a hunting dog and you want to do additional training to enforce the training or do corrections. This thing is amazing. Do not rely on this to make the difference in your dog, but correction wise, with simple thing like heel and or sit and stay, with the vibration, it absolutely works. It's a wonderful device, and when you go on their YouTube page and you check out their videos, this thing is just amazing. So let's have a sip. And that Sport Dog Wetland Hunter 425, that wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, your evening, so on and so forth. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give me a like. If you like these type of videos or you want to see more videos like this, or you like fishing videos, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for extra notifications whenever I release a video. I'm going to try to release a video like once a week, whether dog training, fly tying, fly fishing, or hunting, or photography and hunting, fishing, so on and so forth. Something with the outdoors. And that's going to be that. So keep those fish hooked up and get those flying birds down. That's a stupid outro. That is so dumb. Hook 'em fish and shoot them birds. I guess that's better. I don't know. Oh, we'll keep it at that. Yeah, hook 'em fish and shoot them birds. So until next time, Hooked on the Fly is out of here. You guys have a great day.